Hi there. Why visit Buenos Aires, and more so, why return? I'm here to give you in this video the 10 best reasons why you should. And I promise you, these reasons get better and better, and more delicious as we go. Reason number 1, MESSI. No, you will not meet him there. He plays in Miami. Though in Buenos Aires you can set foot on the very ground where millions gathered to celebrate Argentina's triumph in Qatar. A professional breeding ground for young talent, the capital of Argentina has the highest concentration of the sport in the world, with over 20 professional teams. Messi is the captain of the Argentine national team, Los Albicelestes. He has scored over 800 goals so far, and he's not done yet. In Buenos Aires, you can feel Argentina's love for their biggest star, with no offense to Che Evita and his eminence in Rome. After Maradona, who was hailed as the god of the game, Messi, who brought home the World Cup in 2022, has now become more so a household name around the world, a true legend, and one of the most followed celebrities on Instagram. Buenos Aires is also home to what is considered the biggest sporting rivalry in the world, El Superclásico, between River Plate and Boca Juniors, an emotionally charged affair for their devoted hinchadas who show up with oversized flags, drumming bombos, confetti showers and all. Interestingly, Messi never played for either. Reason number 2, Los Barrios, Buenos Aires' neighborhoods. An autonomous city of very large scale, Buenos Aires originally owed its name to fresh air and later to sailors praying for auspicious winds. The local porteños and droves of immigrants who flocked over time to the so-called Paris of the South transformed Buenos Aires into an eclectic melting pot, with an abundance of cultural influences striving and creating amidst the city's beautiful neoclassical architecture. The city center is home to an iconic obelisk, a pink house, Casa Rosada, as their seat of government, an impressive palace of the Argentine National Congress, and more theaters and bookstores per capita than any other city in the world. Regrettably, the contemporary history of the last century of Buenos Aires has been darkened by overwhelming and yet unresolved social and political issues. Buenos Aires' true flavors can be best savored in its unique barrios or districts. Make your way to Palermo, Recoleta, or San Telmo for arts and culture and delicious food. Some barrios, such as La Boca's colorful El Caminito, are true tourist traps, although I highly recommend you to step into and savor each corner's textures, colors, lights, shapes, tastes, and sounds. Street art has found a very welcoming home in Buenos Aires, legally and creatively, representing its residents' artists' coping mechanism with political, social, as well as more personal existential concerns. Reason number 3, the tango. By the end of the 1800s, the rhythms of the Spanish flamenco met the local milonga rioplatense, the Uruguayan candombe, rooted in slavery, as well as the moves and sounds of the Spanish Cuban habaneras, to give rise to a new social dance that would later conquer the world. When the small accordion called bandoneon found its way to Buenos Aires from Germany, the Argentine tango music was further cultivated, melding into its very core the need of expression of the lower classes fighting against social inequality in the poor neighborhoods of Argentina's capital. The Argentine tango style is characterized by a close chest-to-chest embrace. Its erotic tension, combined with its elegance and heart-wrenching tunes, soon conquered the bohemian stages of the world. Carlos Gardel, Argentina's most beloved tango singer and composer, remains a tragic figure of the genre and one of the country's most beloved heroes. His untimely death saddened an entire nation. The tango, as well as the songs and dances that gave birth to its tunes, moves, and lyrics, were officially recognized by UNESCO as part of our world's intangible cultural heritage. Reason number 4, Las Empanadas. Rise and shine! Let's move away from the emotional history of Buenos Aires and from the passionate story of the tango to more practical matters. Your breakfast, lunch, and snacks, because you are in for a treat. Your mission? Find a bakery, enter, stare at the display, and now repeat after me. Empanadas, facturas y alfajores, por favor. You're bound to receive the most delicious homemade goods after you duly point at which ones you prefer. Empanadas are salty, little yummy folded buns filled with beef, chicken, spinach, or cheese, oven-baked or pan-fried, you choose. Baguettes and croissants are there too. But your mission is to try the facturas, small pastries filled with crema pastelera, custard cream, or with dulce de leche, a kind of caramel sauce, and liberally doused with powdered sugar. For the road, get a few alfajores de maicena, made of cornstarch and filled with dulce de leche or chocolate, and a bottle of water to wash them down if you eat them too fast. There are plenty of other varieties to choose from as well. So slow down, nobody's taking them away from you. To bring some back home, go for the factory-made Havana brand. Reason number 5, mate. Depending on who you ask, mate, the dry leaf infusion Argentines drink obsessively, has miraculous properties or none at all. But how can millions of Argentines and many indigenous American folks before them be wrong? Mate was drunk before the Spanish Conquista by the Creek, the Jibaro, the Quechua, Chanca, Huacan Inca, the Chunchu, Tupi, Guarani, Seta, Caigan, Charruas, Mapuche, and Pampas. Now say that 3 times. The infusion is made from the leaves of a shrub called Ilex paraguariensis, and its healing properties are recognized by holistic medicine as benefiting weight loss, adding a boost of energy, and containing nutrients, antioxidants, and more. Like the tea, the mate gourd is also called mate, and it comes in an impressive number of variations. With the bombilla, the metal straw with a sieve at the bottom, it makes for nice souvenirs, particularly since now yerba mate can be purchased pretty much anywhere in the world. Reason number 6, Iguazú. Standing tall at over 1.5 the height of the Niagara Falls, Las Cataratas de Iguazú are one of the main tourist attractions of both countries, Argentina and Brazil. The waters arrive via the Iguazú River from Brazil and split into the upper and lower Iguazú after spilling down the cataracts. Truly a photographer's paradise. If pressed for time, you can take a 1-day trip from Buenos Aires, which includes a 2-hour flight each way, and a visit to the Devil's Throat, the tallest main section. Nevertheless, this natural wonder deserves a return for further observation. Tiers of hard basalt create 2 main steps of falling waters, with around 250 waterfalls, depending on the abundance of the river's flow, encircling several islands, and thus forming the largest waterfall system in the world. Argentina is lucky to own 80% of the falls, accessible to visitors from Puerto Iguazú. The national park containing the falls, in both countries, is a designated UNESCO World Heritage Site. Iguazú also makes the list of the new 7 wonders of nature, alongside the Amazon forest, Jeju Island, Table Mound, Comoro Island, and other awe-inspiring natural wonders around the globe. Reason number 7, Argentina. Buenos Aires is the capital of a stunningly beautiful piece of land, an emotionally and culturally rich country that deserves to be discovered. To the south, the port and seaside resort of Mar del Plata tempts travelers with fish, beaches, and surf. From there, proceed slowly, allowing yourself time to breathe Argentina's sea and mountain air, and to truly appreciate the magnitude of what lies in front of your very eyes. The north is home to meteorite craters and salt flats like the Salinas Grandes or El Salar del Hombre Muerto, dry salt lakes of an eerie beauty. After crossing deserts and plateaus, climbers are invited to head towards Patagonia and the Andes. Argentina's rich natural history hides in many places. The 7,000-year-old Las Cuevas de las Manos, dinosaur bones discovered at sites with over 140 species found so far. Then, its glaciers, the largest such fields in the southern hemisphere. And lastly, the snowed-in peaks and slopes of the Andes, which hold an unrivaled magic. As with all other glaciers in the world, climate changes have caused the worrisome receding and melting of the Andean ice, record among all mountain ranges on the planet, related to its size, a way of no return. In the heart of the Andes, Cerro Catedral is Argentina's favorite skiing mountain by San Carlos de Bariloche, a place I intend to revisit in a separate chapter. The region is so gorgeous that your head spins around in awe, between lakes the size of seas and precious mountain villages to explore and eat local chocolate. Until then, enjoy the ride. If your adventure spirit drives you even farther south, you'll reach Penguin Lands, as well as Ushuaia by Tierra del Fuego, the southernmost city in the world, a windswept place with great touristic appeal and the gateway to the Antarctica, and so many more reasons to return. Reason number 8, Puerto Madero, We're back now in Buenos Aires, heading to a posh place to overnight in the district of Puerto Madero. The said district occupies a repurposed dock for cargo ships, who took 10 years to build in the very late 1800s by an engineer called Madero, to only become obsolete upon completion and remain idle for years. Puerto Madero's most iconic feature, though, is the rotating footbridge called El Puente de la Mujer, the Woman's Bridge, built by the famous Spanish-Swiss architect Santiago Calatrava. The unusual bridge opens up and rotates to 90 degrees to allow vessels to navigate the waters below. Puerto Madero is today a fertile ground for upscale high-rises with hotels and expensive residences, surrounded by upscale restaurants and entertainment venues. It is the place to go for Argentine fine dining serving grilled meats, local tango shows, as well as nightlife, with bars, private clubs, and the so-called boliches, popular venues to dance the night away, such as the famous Hacia de Cuba. And then you might as well retire to one of the many elegant hotels nearby. Reason number 9, asado. Asado means grilled meats in Spanish, although it really feels exclusively Argentine. El asado is a ritual, a social ceremony, rooted in traditions dating back to when the first bovine was brought to the Americas by Columbus. The gauchos, the cowboys of the Argentine Pampa, were nomadic riders who improved their reputation during Argentina's fight for independence. Their lifestyle involves drinking mate, handling cattle, sporting soft leather boots, boina berets, façon knives, whips, guitars, and their typical malambo dance, as well as taming wild horses. The gauchos are an essential aspect of Argentina's folklore. Hereford, Aberdeen Angus, Zebu, and a local Holstein kind are some of the cattle breeds raised, grazing freely on the vast pastures of Argentina's grasslands. Considered the best in the world, their meat is lean, flavorful, and free of antibiotics and hormones. The preparation adds to the quality of the Argentine asado. A special wood is turned into charcoal and spread under a large family-sized grill called parrilla, upon which the meat is placed, beef, pork, and chicken, along with cow organs such as black pudding, morcilla, sweetbreads, mollejas, chitterlings, chinchulines, accompanied by slices of local provolone cheese and chorizo sausages. The meats take more or less time to cook and are thus eaten in stages with bread and salad. In the typical gaucho style, as well as modernized to meet more trendy fashion tastes, there are numerous fine leather articles produced in Argentina, from boots to shoes, purses, belts, wallets, bags, backpacks, and many more, for those who are interested. Reason number 10, Malbec. Last but by no means least is one of my favorite items made in Argentina, the Malbec red wine, named after a particular dark purple kind of grapes. Although these come from the region of Cahors in Bordeaux, France, Malbec grapes have repatriated and are now regarded as an Argentine variety, with darker color, tighter and smaller berries, a lower content in tannins, but fruitier and most probably no longer blood-related to the original. These grapes are sensitive and need a longer time to ripen and are thus grown in the sunny province of Mendoza, as well as in Salta, La Rioja, Catamarca, San Juan, and Buenos Aires. The most refined experimental Malbec wines, scoring over 95 points, are produced at higher altitudes towards the Andes. The Argentine Malbec is perceived as a softer wine with low acidity and the aroma of violets. Other experts assign it aromas of chocolate, black cherries, and sweet tobacco. In truth, for the lesser connoisseur, the Argentine Malbec is simply a delicious red wine that goes with everything and thus perfectly just by itself. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please don't smash any buttons, just gently like and subscribe for more. The world is vast and it's all yours. Next time, you might also want to fall in love with this next destination over there. Thank you.